left has done it again. They are a laughingstock as usual. They were quite triggered when President Trump had a little Christian Easter blessing in the Oval Office. Oh, my stars and garters, was the poor left ever grumpy. Just like the goblins who got feathers on their toes or heard bad poetry. They would yell in pain, and that's the equivalent for the left and Christian services. All right, so inevitably the left starts shouting their misinterpretation of a quote by Jefferson. And that is the separation between church and state. In reality, there is no such law. In reality, that saying, separation of church and state, holds as much weight as the Emma Lazarus poem on the Statue of Liberty holds over immigration law. Zero, zilch, and nada. But this just goes to show how desperate and graspy at straws the left is to prove their points out of anything they can hold on to, even if it's from thin air. So, I thought we'd take a look at this quote that they somehow seem to think is law, but they have even misinterpreted the quote. So even this quote does not fit the bill of any kind of separation of church and state. I mean, just something Thomas Jefferson said does not hold any weight of constitutional law. It's just the left's wishful thinking yet once again. All right. Let's read this. Okay. Shortly following his election to the presidency in 1802, Jefferson wrote, "Believing with you that religion is a matter which lies solely between man and his God, that he owes account to none other for his faith or his worship, that the legislative powers of government reach actions only, and not opinions, I contemplate with sovereign reverence that act of the whole American people which declared that their legislature would make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, thus building a wall of separation between church and state. Adhering to this expression of the supreme will of the nation, in behalf of the rights of conscience, I shall see with sincere satisfaction the progress of those sentiments which tend to restore to man all his natural rights, convinced he has no natural rights in opposition to his social duties." All right. So, the basic thing about the church and state originated with England, and plus many other countries also had laws that you had to be the religion of the king, the ruling monarch. If the monarch was Catholic, everybody had to be Catholic. If the monarch was Protestant, everybody had to be Protestant, or you would be killed. You know, there were quite a few religious wars, and the Founding Fathers were aiming to end this. They didn't want people to be forced to be one religion just because that was the religion of the ruler of the day. So they did not want an official religion established for America, which makes sense. Christianity is not enshrined as the official religion in law, although for many years, and still today, it's mostly Christian. So therefore, the free exercise of the religion of the Christians within this country make it look like Christianity is the religion of the land. I mean, if you look at it from the technicality of the people who make up the country, then it is a Christian country. But we're not saying that everybody else has to be a Christian or die or go to jail. Absolutely not. So the bottom line is here. President Trump, as a Christian, was exercising his right to worship. And there is no reason why he could not worship, even in the White House, even in the government buildings. Tough. Because he's not saying that no other religion couldn't worship there. Sure, if the president was a Muslim, he could have a Muslim service. If the president was Jewish, he could have a Jewish service. It's that person expressing their personal faith. And they can express it wherever they feel like it. The left has tried to violate the rights of children and teachers to worship their gods in the public schools. They have tried to violate that. But fortunately, that violation of their civil rights is on its way out. So once again, this loosely spoken quote by Thomas Jefferson is not a law. There is no law that says the separation of church and state exists. There is a law that says that no religion will be established, but Trump holding Christian services in the Oval Office is not establishing a religion. It is an act of a Christian service. So therefore, he is not establishing a religion for the entire land. And once again, the left is full of hot air, flailing around and twisting, just trying desperately to get something. But they're not really that smart. They're just sneaky. They're just plain sneaky and crooked. And if people were not so lazy to call them out on their gaffes and their constant mistakes, then they wouldn't get away with it as often as they do. But as we said, it's not a law. It holds as much weight as the Emma Lazarus poem does over immigration law. And finally, you cannot prohibit President Trump from exercising his free exercise of religion, even though he's in the Oval Office. So once again, the left comes out as the oppressors that they are. Touché. No official religion has been declared or forced upon any of the citizens, but the fact that a majority of the citizens remain Christians by free will makes it look like there is an established religion, even though there isn't one. So that is the last word, and there are the facts on the subject. Of course, the Democrats will refuse to accept these facts and continue to debate this and misquote it and twist it for years to come, but that is the left being the left. If we know better, they will not get away with their sneaky, clever, crooked tricks. So, all right. So keep spreading the truth, spreading freedom, and keep debunking the lies of the left. Let freedom ring.